The young man is Trenton Martin. He's 8 years old now, but at the age of 6, he was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. And he happens to be the 2014 Fort Worth Take Steps Honored Hero. Let's talk about what that means. Our superstar is right here in studio. Hi, Trenton.
Hi.
Hi. Trenton's mom, Shana Martin, is here also, and Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America Walk manager Al James is also joining us. So let's talk a little bit about the Take Steps Walk that's coming up on October 18th. You, Al, your group has nominated Trenton to be the hero. What does that mean?
Well, we try to put a face on the disease, and when I joined the organization just about 9 short months ago, I had adult friends with the disease, and I was surprised to learn how prevalent it was in children. So, as we mentioned earlier, children symptoms are often sometimes the most severe, so really made sense to put a child's face on the disease, so to help educate the public. And Trenton's a great example of someone who's, fighting this disease with dignity and grace.
Well, it's interesting because I look at you, Trenton, you look like a strong young man. You play baseball, right?
Yes.
You're a catcher on the baseball team. You look healthy to me. You got nice skin, you got great hair. Who styled your hair? You got some nice gel in there or something.
Mom did.
Your mom, huh? You look very good. Shane, I would never know that Trenton had any type of disease or condition that would stop him from being your everyday little boy.
Correct. We get that a lot. People say, well, he looks fine, and he misses school a lot because he's sick, and his teachers sometimes don't understand. He looks okay, but he really is sick on the inside.
What kinds of symptoms were you dealing with that alerted you to the fact that something was wrong just a couple of short years ago?
Severe tummy pains. He was 6 years old, almost 7, and he weighed 36 pounds.
Oh my goodness.
He just never really grew or gained weight, and he was always little. He always had blood in his stool, and that was just kind of the normal. So really the severe abdominal pain is what sent us to the hospital.
Wow. So, Trenton, you have had to be pretty brave going to the doctor a lot, huh?
Yes.
It's not the best, favoriteest thing, but you've met lots of nice doctors, haven't you?
Yes.
And nice nurses.
Yes.
What would you say to other little kids out there who maybe have Crohn's disease too? Is there anything you would tell them to encourage them? Say, hey, it's okay, it's going to be all right?
I don't know.
I noticed that you have this cool bracelet on and this cool t-shirt on,
Yes.
right? God is big enough. Is that right? Because you have to kind of have some faith. You have to have a lot of faith that it's all going to be all right. And that one day, because you're only 8, we could find a cure for this thing this year. Why not, huh? Why not have a cure? Al, tell us a little bit about the huge group that's coming out and participating with this walk.
Our walk is going to be on Saturday, October 18th at Trinity Park Shelter House. And we expect probably 400 to 500 people to be there that day. Our walk is relatively short. It's really more about the party in the park. As we've mentioned, IBD patients have to not necessarily be too far away from a restroom, so hence our walk is short. But we have bounce house, kids zone, games and prizes for the kids, so it's definitely a family event. Great food vendors that are all donating. Music, photo booths, so it really is a fun. And it's a great way for families like Trenton's to connect with other families that have been on a similar journey.
Right, and that journey, there seems to be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel, or at least in the tunnel in general, Shana. He's in remission right now?
Correct, he is.
So what does that mean?
It means that his symptoms are not as severe as they have been. He still suffers pretty much daily with abdominal pain, just not as severe. He has a lot of fatigue, especially in his legs. His legs hurt him the most.
So can you do jumping jacks?
Yes.
You can? What about push-ups?
Yes.
Yeah, you're still strong, huh? You're a strong young man. Well, and he gets infusions. What kind of infusions does he get?
He goes every 8 weeks to get Remicade infusions. They hook him up to an IV, and we're there for 4 to 5 hours, and it infuses into his body. It's really rough on him. He normally gets sick a couple days before, and it sometimes can just wipe him out, and he's out for the next couple of days.
But that's something to provide the health to his body that he needs, really.
Correct.
Even though it's a strenuous process.
Correct.
Yeah.
It has brought our child back, I would say 99.9%.
Wow. How important is it to raise awareness of this condition? Because I think a lot of people are misinformed or uninformed.
Exactly, and it's not a issue that people like to talk about, as we've discussed on the show today. So a lot of people are suffering in silence, so we've got to get the word out to let them know that there is hope and there is an organization like CCFA that's out there raising money to find cures for these diseases, and let also a whole support network for people that are going through the process.
And create something that's somewhat an everyday fun experience, because obviously sometimes it feels like all you're doing is going to the doctor, all you're doing is getting a treatment, but it's nice to just kind of hang out.
Absolutely, and it's a great way to connect with other families that are going through it, and it really just brings the IBD community together in a positive way.
You've obviously found support from this group and from other families, I would think, right, with children who have similar conditions?
Correct. It's been amazing for Trenton to be able to find there's other kids that are just like him, look good and look healthy, but are sick inside, and it hurts to walk sometimes, and it helps him to know, to have friends that are just like him.
What do you tell yourself, or what do you tell your son, in order to take it one day at a time and to know that all hope is not lost?
We have great faith in God, and he, most of the time, is the one carrying our family, that it's okay that he's sick because God has made him perfect, and his faith is amazing.
That's an awesome thing to hear. Congratulations, Trenton, on becoming a hero at 8 years old. Most grown-ups can't say they've done that. Well, thank you, Al.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shana, for being with us. Thank you for joining us. And, of course, that walk, everybody's invited. For more information about inflammatory bowel disease, you can log on to the website ccfa.org for doctors, support groups, your local chapter, and that great walk. Take steps for Crohn's and colitis disease.